What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back to my banner review series for Fire Emblem Heroes. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Fallen Robin, Fallen Celica and Hardin, and I will be analyzing them and also giving you guys the best builds for them. So let's begin with Fallen Robin or Grima. He's a dragon armor unit which makes him very unique, but this also means that he's got one movement and weakness to Falchion, Naga Tome and also armor slaying weapons. Despite his stats, those weapons will annihilate him. He works both on Armor Emblem teams and Dragon Emblem teams and can receive and give buffs to both Emblem teams, but because of his one movement, in Armor Emblem teams he will require Armor Mart support, and on Dragon Emblem teams he will need guidance support from Myrrh. His attack is incredibly high at base 40, and with his legendary breath expiration, he can reach 56 attack unboosted, which is really a lot. He also has a super boon in attack, meaning that he gets 4 extra points instead of the usual 3, so he can reach 60 attack without any kind of slot A skill or any kind of buff, which is one of the highest attack stat in the game unboosted. This becomes even scarier with a special like Ignis. His speed is quite bad and it's his least important stat as he's got Vengeful Fighter to double. However, his speed is not perfectly min-maxed. If they give him a similar speed as Winter Tharja and put all of those speed points into resistance, he would become even more insane, so it's likely done on purpose. His mix bulk is fantastic with 35 defense and 27 resistance with 48 HP. He's a very bulky, hard-hitting frontline unit who suffers from weakness to multiple weapons like Falchion, Naga and Armor Smashers. Robin also has a super bane in resistance, meaning that he loses out on 4 points rather than 3, and his resistance goes to below average after it. His BST is 174, which is second highest in the game. However, he can be the best arena scoring unit in the game if you get him with plus attack IV, which is a super boon, and avoid his super bane resistance. Because of his super boon in attack, Robin's BST gets bumped up to 175, and for those of you who do not know, in arena, BST scoring is calculated in bins of 5. Similar to how Sheena and Wendy need a speed boon to reach their next bin, Robin needs a super boon in attack to reach the 175 bin, which is shared by Eliwood, Lissa and Hardin. But only Hardin and Robin have got a legendary weapon, so it allows them to score better in arena compared to Eliwood and Lissa, meaning that both of them are the best arena scoring units in the game right now, both from this banner. But to do that, Robin needs a plus attack IV, which is a super boon, and Hardin needs to avoid his super bane speed to get into the 175 bin. If you are in tier 20 arena, then you're bound to see these two units a lot in your matches. His breath is expiration, which is a legendary breath that has got distant counter built into it, and it attacks range units based on lower of their defense or res, so it does adaptive damage, so it's pretty much like a refined lightning breath that has got no drawback. Expiration cannot be refined like other dragon breaths, but Robin already has more BST than any other dragon, so it's not like he needs those extra stat points. This is a magical weapon because it's a breath. His special is Ignis, which is his most powerful special because of his high defense and Vengeful Fighter, but if you do get a minus defense Robin, then you can even run Dragon Fang instead of it because he'll be doing much more damage with Dragon Fang if he is minus defense. He can proc Ignis in every single round where his opponent doubles him because of Vengeful Fighter. His slot B skill is Vengeful Fighter, which is pretty much a better quick riposte, and it's a fantastic skill for a frontline unit like him. And his slot C skill is What Dragon, which is a new skill which he has got, and it can be annoying on a Dragon Emblem team because it cannot be panic ployed like fortified dragons, but since Robin is a 5-star exclusive unit, it's not going to be easily available, so you're probably not going to be facing all What Dragon's Dragon Emblem team all that much in arena. What Dragons is the best buff for dragons as they just need to outlive their opponents and blast them with Aether with a steady breath set, and his base kit is fantastic, and as a fodder, he's also really good. Vengeful Fighter was previously only available on Winter Tharja, but now Robin has got that, and he's gonna be in the summoning pool forever unlike Winter Tharja, and What Dragons is a great skill for Dragon Emblem users, and someone like Novi with a What Dragon support could be very fun to use. In my opinion, Robin is used much better on an Armor Emblem team rather than a Dragon Emblem team. On Armor Emblem team, Robin can easily get a triple ward armor buff, which is easily available on a 4-star Drog unlike What Dragons, and Armor Mart support is also really great on Armor Emblem. Robin is a valuable asset to Armor Emblem teams because of his magical damage and the fact that he's immune to Brave Lyn Saki's blessing, so you can easily crush her, and on a Dragon Emblem team it will be hard to use him because of his one movement, as all other dragons have got better movement than him, and Mer's guidance support is going to be really good to increase his mobility. You can also run armored boots if you want to, but that does not work if he takes any kind of damage, so it's not really as good as armor march, but still it can be used initially at the very least. He's a top tier armor unit who's extremely strong, and regardless of his IVs, he's going to be a great unit for you. His best bane is speed, and any kind of boon is good on him, but attack boon is obviously the best one for him because of his super boon in attack, and who doesn't want that 60 attack unboosted? Now let's take a look at his best builds. I will begin with some of the budget sets. The first set uses Earth Boost, which is one of Robin's best budget options for slot A from a 4-star Bowie, and this set is the one which I'm running actually on my own Robin. Earth Boost goes really well with his high HP and provides him with more damage output through Ignis, and it also gives him extra bulk which helps him stay in the Vengeful Fighter range. This is even better if you've got a plus HP Robin, but this can be run on any IV Robin honestly. The second set has got Sylvalan Shield from a 4-star Sheena. This nullifies his armor weakness to armor slaying weapons, which can be pretty useful for arena and arena assault because armor slaying weapons are quite common because of armor units, and in other game modes it will not be that useful because you will not be facing all that much armor slaying weapons. Keep in mind, running Sylvalan Shield does not remove your weakness to Falchion and Naga Tomb. He will still have his dragon weakness, it only gets rid of the armor weakness, so he will be still susceptible to Falchion and Naga Tomb. The third set is slightly more expensive because it has got a skill from a 5-star unit, and if you do have a Shiro then you can run this, and it's much more consistent than Earth Boost because it does not have an HP threshold condition, and it also helps him with his damage output with Ignis. Fury is also another skill which you can run on him, but I do not like Fury on armor units, especially ones who have got skills like Vengeful Fighter. He has got more expensive options for his slot A in Attack Defense Bond for the 4th set, and if you've got an extra Fiorn from the legendary banners, then you can put her to good use on Robin. Close defense and distant defense can also be run on slot A, and distant defense is his best sacred seal on sets like these because he has got distant counter on his breath. His resistance is not very bad, but it's not very high either, so distant defense makes him better against ranged units. Brazen attack defense from a Winter Crom can also make him reach insane amounts of attack, and Brazen defense res from Hardin can make him extremely tanky. Brazen skills like these have got good synergy with Vengeful Fighter because they provide Robin with the defense boost which helps him stay in the Vengeful Fighter range for longer. You can also run Steady Breath or Warding Breath on his slot A, and on the surface level it does look unnecessary because of Vengeful Fighter, but what a lot of people overlook is that Vengeful Fighter only gives you extra charges when you land your hits. It doesn't give you extra charges on the hits your opponent lands on you, like Steady Breath or Warning Breath. It's only worth running on this slot A if you're running Aether because the Breath skill allows you to proc Aether in every round where you will get double, and in this case, Vengeful Fighter is nothing more than a better quicker post, so this set can be run if you value survivability from Aether. And at last we have got a mixed phase set. Bullfighter allows him to double attack and charge up his special faster in the player phase, and Steady or Warding Breath with quicker post lets you double and charge up your special in the enemy phase. It is highly recommended to use this set with an armor march unit to boost up his movement so that he can do much more in player phase with Bullfighter. Now let's take a look at Fallen Celica. She's a sword unit this time and her stats are very balanced. She also has amazing offensive spread of 35 base attack and 35 base speed, and a really good legendary weapon. Beloved Zofia gives her +3 defense, so it bumps her defense to respectable levels. Her resistance is average, but it's workable and it's not really too low, and her bulk is fantastic for an offensive unit. She does have a super bane in defense, which is not really a good thing for a melee range unit. She has a super boon in resistance, which can be useful in dealing with dragons, and her weapon is Beloved Zofia, which grants +3 defense to her, and if she's at full HP, then she will get +4 to all of her stats, and if she attacked, then she will lose 4 HP, knocking herself out of the range of Beloved Zofia. So if she cannot counter attack to an enemy, then she will not be taking that 4 damage because she was not able to attack back. It gives her nice power and bulk when she's at full HP, and it can be utilized to get into the range of skills like Desperation or Wrath. Luna is her default special, but she can easily run Draconic Aura, Bonfire, or even Iceberg if she has got plus resistance IV, and her slot B skill is Shield Speed, which inflicts -7 speed on the fastest enemy on the battlefield, and this allows Celica to prevent doubles from many fast enemies like Ira, Brave Lyn, Mia, and even help her own teammates to not get doubled by such fast monsters. It's a good skill, but it does occupy her slot B where you could run other skills like Desperation or Wrath, so it does have a lot of competition in the slot B skill. Against enemy phase teams like Armor Emblem and Dragon Emblem, which are pretty common in tier 20 arena, this skill is mostly useless. Overall shield speed is good on high speed units like Celica or on fire sweep weapon users, and even healers and dancers can run this skill to support your team. Celica is a very strong sword unit who's versatile and can work in both phases unlike mage Celica. Beloved Zofia is a great weapon for arena usage, but if you want to use her in a mode like Tempest Trial, then you would have to run a healer with her. Shield speed is a very fun skill which she has got and can be used to cripple the fastest units in the game. Now let's take a look at some of her builds. The first set is a good budget set and can be run with any kind of IV Celica, even minus speed IV. Fury goes well with Beloved Zofia's buffs, and it's a really good slotty skill for Celica, and the second set is more consistent and uses Desperation. As long as your Celica does not have more than 40 HP, she will fall into the Desperation range in a single round with Fury and Beloved Zofia damage. Draconic Aura is a good special on her because of her high attack. The third set is for the people who have got a minus attack Celica. Deathblow makes up for the lack of power, and speed plus 3 Sacred Seal and chill speed help you with your speed. Minus speed IV I think is much worse pain than minus attack for Celica, and for any kind of offensive unit really, minus speed hurts them a lot than minus attack. I wouldn't really recommend running Life and Death on her because it ruins her bulk, because even with something like minus defense IV, after getting the Beloved Zofia and Fury buff, she will be still bulky. So Sparrow can be run in place of Fury if you dislike the passive damage from Fury, and if you want to use her extensively in modes like Tempest Trials and Chain Challenges. And Heavy Blade Secret Seal can also be run with these 3-turn cooldown specials. If you have got a Nefni, then Wrath can also be run on her slot B because she can easily get into the Wrath range with Fury and Beloved Zofia as long as she does not have more than 40 HP. So Sparrow can also be run if you do not like taking Fury damage, and Beloved Zofia can be used for getting into the range of these skills. Due to her good bulk, she can also function as a distant counter unit. We can try to offset her Beloved Zofia damage with Renewal and run Quick Riposte as her Sacred Seal for the 6th set. Set number 7 has got Wrath, and with distant defense and Beloved Zofia buff, at full HP she will get plus 10 defense and plus 10 resistance against range units, which is quite a lot. You can even use this with Shield Speed as her slot B skill to not get doubled by very fast units like Ira, and Fast Blade to mages and then double them yourself with Quick Riposte. Those were her builds. Now let's take a look at Hardin. Hardin is a blue armor unit and his defensive stat line is extremely similar to that of Sheena's. However, Hardin has got a better attack than Sheena and also a legendary weapon. His base attack is 34, which is decent, and while it's not really as high as Valentine Elliewood or Effie, he can still hit hard with that. His speed stat does not really matter for him as he doubles with his Bold Fighter in the player phase and can double with Quick Riposte in the enemy phase. His mixed bulk is fantastic and his BST is 175, which like I said makes him one of the best arena scoring units with Fallen Robin. However, he has got a super bane in speed, so because of it he will fall into the 170 to 174 bin rather than being in the 175 bin, so it could be annoying for players who take arena scoring seriously. His weapon is Gradivis, which has got distant counter built into it, and it allows him to deal with common range units like Winter Tharja, Celica, and Halloween Jacob. His special is Vengeance, which is pretty good with his relatively high HP. However, a more consistent special like Bonfire is much better on him. His slotty skill is Brazen Defense Res, which is a perfect skill for a tank like him, and the only problem with that is that it doesn't work best with Quick Riposte Sacred Seal because you have a very small window to abuse both of these skills. Bold Fighter is a slot B skill which allows him to double in the player phase, and if the opponent can counter attack, then he can proc a 3-turn cooldown special like Vengeance or Bonfire in that same round. Hardin's stats are fantastic and his base kit is really good. Having Bold Fighter by default is amazing, and this means that all you need to do is give him Quick Riposte Sacred Seal to make him a dual phase unit very easily. Hardin is the best blue armor unit as of right now because of his fantastic bulk, built-in distant counter, and decent attack. Now let's take a look at his builds. Hardin can work pretty much with any IVs, but minus attack is the worst bane for him. The first set is a good budget build that functions in both phases, and most people will be running this set. And the second and the third set takes this dual phase build even further with Steady or Warding Breath, but they are expensive to run. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, then please be sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.